Some of the most expensive disasters in human history were not caused by wars, earthquakes, or economic collapses. They were caused by one person, one bad day, one completely avoidable mistake. These are the most expensive ones ever recorded. The year is 1999. NASA has spent years building the Mars Climate Orbiter, a spacecraft designed to study the Martian atmosphere, circle the planet, and send back data that scientists had been dreaming about for decades. The budget was $327 million. The team was made up of some of the most brilliant engineers on the planet. Everything was perfect, except for one tiny thing. One team was sending navigation data in metric units. Another team was reading it in imperial units. Nobody caught it. Nobody double-checked. And on September 23rd, 1999, the Mars Climate Orbiter entered the Martian atmosphere at the wrong angle and burned up completely. $327 million. Years of work. An entire spacecraft. Gone because of a unit conversion that any calculator could have caught. The investigation report described it as a simple human error, which is possibly the most devastating sentence ever written in the history of space exploration. Now let us go to the Philippines. 1992. Pepsi decided to run a promotional contest. Buy a bottle of Pepsi, check the cap. If the number printed inside matches the winning number, you win 1 million pesos. Around $40,000 at the time. Exciting, simple, and the kind of promotion that gets people buying Pepsi instead of Coca-Cola. The winning number was 349. Except when the caps came back from the printing factory, something had gone wrong. Instead of printing one winning cap with the number 349, the factory printed around 800,000 of them. 800,000 people across the Philippines suddenly believed they had each won 1 million pesos. The total payout would have been around 32 billion pesos, roughly equivalent to the entire promotional budget of Pepsi Philippines multiplied by thousands. Pepsi refused to pay, and then the Philippines erupted. Protests broke out across the country. Pepsi trucks were attacked. Offices were bombed. 18 people died in the violence that followed. Pepsi ended up paying out smaller consolation amounts and spending years fighting over 100,000 lawsuits. All because of a printing error on a bottle cap. A bottle cap. Now we go to Japan. 2005, and possibly the most expensive typo in history. A trader at Mizuho Securities sat down at his desk on the morning of December 8th with a routine order. He needed to sell one share of a company called JCOM at the price of 610,000 yen per share. Simple. Standard. The kind of trade that happens thousands of times a day. He typed it in wrong. Instead of selling one share at 610,000 yen, he accidentally entered an order to sell 610,000 shares at 1 yen each. He hit confirm. The order went through instantly. In the minutes that followed, the Tokyo Stock Exchange went into chaos. The price of JCOM shares collapsed. Other stocks were dragged down. By the time anyone realized what had happened, the exchange had lost around 347 billion yen in value. Mizuho Securities alone lost around 40 billion yen trying to fix the mistake. One wrong number, one finger on the wrong key. Billions gone before the trader had even finished his morning coffee. And then there is the story that hurts the most. An art gallery in Italy. A cleaner arrives for the morning shift. She walks through the exhibition space doing what she does every day, tidying up, making things neat. And in one of the rooms, she finds what appears to be a pile of rubbish left behind by careless visitors. Crumpled paper, cardboard, scattered pieces of what looks like debris. She cleans it up and throws it away. That debris was an art installation by the Italian artist Filippo Menini. It was not rubbish. It was the artwork itself, and it was valued at around 10,000 euros. Not the most expensive mistake on this list, but it was not the only time this happened. In 2011, a Picasso painting valued at $40 million was accidentally destroyed by its owner during a routine home renovation. In 2014, a construction worker in Germany accidentally demolished the wrong building with a wrecking ball. The wrong building, worth millions. The pattern is always the same. The bigger the mistake, the simpler the cause. Which brings us back to the beginning. Every single disaster on this list had a moment where one person could have stopped it. One person who could have checked the units, verified the bottle cap numbers, reread the trade order, or looked twice at the pile on the gallery floor. They did not. And that is the most expensive lesson in history. Not that mistakes happen, but that the ones that cost the most are almost always the ones that could have been fixed in under a minute. Subscribe to Tooth. New videos every week. We never disappoint.